We're back with more Call to the Booth. That's Aqib Talib. I'm Harrison Sanford. We're going to get to our DFS lineups, but first, let's talk about Thursday Night Football. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 5.5-point favorites against the Chicago Bears, one of Aqib's top no-fly zone teams, which we'll talk about on our fantasy football show. Over-under for this game is at 44 points. With that being the landscape, Aqib, who you got and why?
I'm gonna go Bucs. I'm gonna go Bucs. They're gonna cover the 5.5. And what's that over under? 44?
44.
I've been going over and over and over, and they ain't been hitting over. But shit, I'm gonna go over again. I think they're gonna go over. I like the Bucs to score like 28. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we'll go over, man. Let's go over, man. And Tom, I think he's starting to heat up. He's starting to heat up, man. 5 touchdowns last week. He's starting to, he lost Howard, but I think he's starting to really know these guys. It's gonna matter if Goodwin playing or not, man. Goodwin is key. You don't want Howard and Goodwin out. If one of those guys in, he good. But I think they playing so well right now, man. They switching it up, running the ball, passing the ball, and I think he's getting full control of his offense, man. I see him running off 6-7 wins in a row right now. So the Bears is just the next victim. I know that's one of my no-fly zone teams. But man, it's hard to bet against Tommy on a short week of work, man. You're really not gonna be able to game plan for it. It's a different Tom Brady now. He's not throwing all these short, quick crossing routes and screens. He throwing that thing downfield. You know what I'm saying? So Fuller and Eddie and them, they're gonna get some deep ball work this week, man. So I'm going with the Bucs, man. They're gonna cover 5.5. It's gonna be 28-21. That give us 49. That's over 28-21. Bucs. Let's go.
Okay. That's what we'll roll with for now. Obviously, as you said, pay attention to the injury report, and I imagine a lot of fantasy football players are going to be targeting Rob Gronkowski now on their waiver wire.
Now, I used to strap your favorite fantasy football player every week and win my matchup. Now, this year, I'm going to break down the game tape so you can win your matchup every week. And all you got to do is subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can get the in-depth analysis first. And while you at it, follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Call to the Booth.
All right, so if you played DFS last week and you listened to Aqib's lineup suggestions, you probably did really well. Devontae Parker went off. Matthew Stafford threw for 3 touchdowns. Mark Andrews does what he does, scored touchdowns. OBJ obviously went crazy. It was a good ham. You're right. This is a tough week. We talked about this before the show. It is a tough one, so you have to pay attention to a lot of things happening. Let me tell you how at least we started off. Clyde Edwards-Helaire at running back against the Raiders. Russell Gage, you saw the injury Monday night to Julio Jones with the hamstring. Probably not playing Sunday, but he could. Pay attention. But in the event he doesn't, Russell Gage, we're locking him in. Robbie Anderson, you saw that Falcons secondary. Does not look good. Plug him in for now. Mark Andrews. Every week we play him at this point. Dude goes off, especially against the Bengals, and we're starting with the Rams defense. With that being said, we jumped over to wide receiver, and we're starting at that other slot with AMARI Cooper in a big-time over-under matchup, but also potentially getting coverage from James Bradbury. Does that matter to you?
Nah, it don't matter, man. Cowboys at the house. They've been going nuts, man, and if the Cowboys offense going nuts, you got to play AMARI Cooper, man. So they've been dominant over the last couple of weeks, man. The offense been looking great. I think they're going to look great again this week at home, man. Let's go AMARI Cooper.
All right, so I'm going to roll with AMARI Cooper. Did you feel, in this matchup, do you feel like you're missing out, not playing Zeke? Are you hurting because of it? Are you happy with potentially avoiding playing Zeke and using that money on AMARI?
I want to play Zeke, but this here, you kind of just pick. I think they're gonna score a bunch of points. You gotta just pick where the touchdown's gonna go, man. And Zeke was a little quiet last week, just a little bit. But we had to pick, man. And I just picked AMARI, man. That's the feeling I got. It's like I had that feeling last week and we went ham. I got that same feeling about AMARI this week, man. He gonna put some numbers up, 2 touchdowns. It's gonna be good for him, man. And he at home against the Giants. He always go crazy.
I want to talk about Zeke in our Friday show because there's some people who are thinking that he might be somebody you trade. We'll get to that. So let's look at. So now that we filled out our wide receivers, let's go to running back now. We have Clyde Edwards-Helaire there, already at 6,800 against the Raiders.
Easy
it seems
call.
like a smash spot for him with the way he runs and catches the ball. But now where are we gonna go with running back? Well, here's some of our options around the $5,000 range, such as Chase Edmonds. If Kenyon Drake doesn't play, obviously he's an easy plug and play. Devontae Freeman, it's a high over-under against the Cowboys, but that's Devontae Freeman. Might not be the safest move. We saw that, and as you're scrolling on DraftKings, you might see Sony Michel is on the IR now. So I wonder how you feel about Damien Harris.
I want to go with.
I
want to go with Damien Harris, man. He came in, he hot, he young, he hot. Bill like him. They gave him the rock all day last night. So I think against Denver, they're going to give him the rock all day again, man. So hopefully he'll get in the zone and he'll get us 13, 15 points, man. 70 in the tub, 80 in the tub. I like it. I like it from him because he gonna shoulder the load until he can't shoulder the load no more. So as long as he's healthy, he going to be in there getting the ball, man. So let's ride with him.
Yeah, I like that pick, and who knows what's happening with the quarterback situation.
Exactly.
Cam Newton obviously still dealing with COVID. They didn't like what they saw out of Brian Hoyer. I don't know how much they like what they saw out of Jack.
They're running team anyway. They're running team anyway, man. So they're gonna run the ball, and they got a big dude in there who showed his butt last game. So man, they gonna reward him. That's how Bill do, man. You run your butt off. Next game he gonna give you the rock again until you ain't gonna run your butt off. You know what I'm saying? So he gonna get the rock, man. Just matter what he do with it.
Okay, so now we're looking at $10,300.
Let's go quarterback.
Not too much to fill out.
Let's go quarterback
and flex. What? So here are some of our options. Obviously, you got to save some money. So maybe we'll start at the Ben Roethlisberger type of range at 6,600.
I like Ben
against Philadelphia. Jared Goff against Washington. Gardner Minshew against Houston. He always goes off every now and again. Matt Ryan against the Panthers. Ryan Tannehill against Buffalo. Joe Burrow against a tough matchup against the Ravens. Teddy Bridgewater potentially against that bundled Falcons secondary.
Let's go.
Phillip Rivers against Cleveland, even though we haven't seen him pass the ball too much. We're not even going to entertain Baker Mayfield or Carson Wentz or Ryan Fitzpatrick. Those are terrible matchups. Don't even consider
going against the top D, man. But let's go Matty Ice, man. Let's go Matt Ryan, man. He been putting up a bunch of points. I don't think he threw any touchdowns last game. And that's unlike Matt Ryan, you know what I'm saying? So I don't see him doing that 2 games in a row. He's been putting up a bunch of yards, touchdowns in every other week, you know what I'm saying? So they've been losing high-scoring, close games, man. So if it's a high-scoring, close game, that means Matt Ryan gave us some points. So, man, I'm going Matt Ryan.
Yeah, so it would be interesting considering their record. He wants to get a win, and you still feel confident in that pick, regardless of Julio Jones might not be out there. Are you still good with that being the framework?
Yeah, he good, man. He got guys. He a plug and play guy, man. He gonna let the ball fly. He got really almost a number 1 receiver, man. So if really out there, he good. Gage came out there. He played well last week or last night or whatever. So we can rock out with Gage, man. And he getting a little more comfortable with Gage. So we can rock out with Gage. He'll be all right.
Okay, so we're gonna roll with Matt Ryan there. I doubt it'd be a popular pick, but again, this is how you win in DFS.
You win, baby.
Make the low-owned picks.
Listen to lead.
They go off.
Ride with lead.
I think last week OBJ was like under 10-13%.
Ain't nobody pick him, right?
If you had him, ain't nobody picked him because they just weren't confident.
Lead picked him.
And what happened?
If somebody would have just took my same lineup and played DraftKings, they might be rich right now.
Exactly. There you go.
Listen to me. I'm telling you.
Let them know. All right. So with that being said, let's fill out this flex position.
I already know who I want.
So we're about 4,200. Can I name one guy before you name yours? So you talked about in our previous shows we talked about the Philadelphia Eagles secondary. Darius Slay on one side taking the main receiver, and then Nicole Roby-Coleman in the slot taking care of the slot receiver. So that leaves that you said it was the wide receiver, the Z receiver on the other side, which in Pittsburgh case would be Chase Claypool. entertaining him potentially, or maybe in another world potentially entertaining Eric Ebron in like the middle of the field?
And I love Claypool. I love that Chase Claypool pick, man. I think my brother got him on his fantasy, and he be hitting with him. You know what I'm saying? So, but I just like Arizona being struggling a little bit, man. I like them guys to come, get back to form against these Jets. The Jets is a lesser opponent. I like them to come out and score a bunch of points, man. Throw the ball around. I like Kyler to throw the ball around at everybody. So I want to go to Isabella, man. I think Isabella gonna have a nice day. The week before, he had 2 touchdowns, a nice day. I think when he's involved in the offense, they successful. So I think the offensive coordinator and Kyler, I think everybody see that. So, man, they're going to get him involved. I think the games he involved with, they play their best, man. So let's go as Isabella, 4,200. He going to score a touchdown. He going to have like 80. That's what I tell you.
Saving some dollars here, and then we ended up with 0 at the end. It's the first week that we didn't have any change left over. It's a difficult week.
No snacks this week, man. We grinding. We grinding this week. Right. Here we go.
All right, one more time. Let them know what it is, Aqib.
We got Matt Ryan, quarterback. Edwards Hilaire, running back. Damien Harris. Is it Damien? Yep. Damien Harris at the other running back. Let's go. Gage at receiver. Anderson at receiver. AMARI at receiver. We go Big Andrews at tight end. All he do is score tubs. As flex, let's go Isabella. Defense, we rocking with them Rams. They about to strap.
There we go. That's Aqib's first glance at week 5 of DFS on DraftKings. Appreciate the time that you guys have spent listening and watching the show. Scroll back in the beginning of the show if you didn't, and make sure you follow those subscribe, rate, and review contest rules, because you might get a gift at the end just for listening, just for participating and being a part of this Call to the Booth community. We'll be back with our fantasy show later on this week. But in the meantime, Aqib, any last words?
Hey, y'all subscribe, rate, and review. Not just for the contest, but just because y'all rock with me. Anyway, man, subscribe, rate, and review. Call to the booth. We see y'all on Friday.